Next, I am going to show you 20 action verbs that I think are good ones to know. I would encourage you to memorize what these verbs mean and how to spell them. I am going to add ing to each one and use it in the type of sentence that has the subject of the sentence that tells us who it is about, and then a two-part verb. The first part will be the verb to be, which is I am, or if the subject is just one person, we use is, and if it's more than one person, we use are. That's the first part of the verb. The second part of the verb is going to have our action verb, and then we're going to add ing to it. And then all of that will be the whole verb. So in this sentence, the whole verb is asking. So all of this is our verb, is asking. We are going to look at the pictures to help us understand what each verb means. Our first picture is this one. We see this lady is asking questions. She is asking what, when, how, where, why. She is our subject, is asking. In our next sentence, we have the sentence, she is coming. I do not have a picture for this sentence. I think the Chinese for come here, when we say come here, is guo lai, but maybe I'm not saying that right. Coming is like going. There is moving from one place to another place. And the person standing here is asking this person here to come to them. And then we would say, this person is coming. Our next picture is someone who is drawing. She is drawing a picture. Drawing. And here is our sentence. She is drawing. Our next picture is someone who is laughing. We would say, she is laughing. She is laughing. This verb laugh is not an easy verb because the letters don't make sense. This AUGH is a digraph. 4 letters are making one sound, although in this case it's kind of 2 sounds. It's going to make a. So our word is laugh. So we have she is asking, she is coming, she is drawing, she is laughing. With these next 4 verbs, I want you to see how 2 of these sentences have an object. Party is in orange, that is an object. TV is in orange, that is an object. Remember that an object is a noun that is not the subject of the sentence. Some verbs need to have an object after them, and some verbs do not. Let's look at our first sentence. She is having a party. She is our subject. Then we have our 2-part verb, is having. Remember that our whole verb in this sentence is having. It's a 2-part verb. The first part is the verb to be, am, is, are. The next part is our action verb with ing. And then after that, we have a object. What would happen if we did not have an object? If we just said, she is having. That does not really make sense. With the verb have, we want to know have what? Has what? We have a question. We can't just say she is having. We would say what? She is having what? So this verb needs an object after it. So we say she is having a party. A party is a noun. It is an object. Let's look at our next sentence. This should say he is looking because this looks like a boy. So we can see that, where can I put him? We can see that he is looking through binoculars. So our subject is, we're going to pretend it's a girl for a minute, she, and then we have our two-part verb, is, and then our action is look, and then we add ing. To look at something needs our eyes. We use our eyes to look at something else. After the word looking, we would not put an object. Let's say that he is looking at a bird. We would not say he is looking bird. We would have to use a prepositional phrase to tell us what he is looking at. So we could say she is looking at a bird. But with this verb, we can also just say she is looking, period, and be done. Okay, let's look at our next sentence. She is watching TV. She is also eating popcorn. Okay, she is watching TV. With this sentence, our subject is she. We have our two-part verb, is watching. And then usually with this verb, we want to have an object after it. And it is TV. That's this right here. She is watching TV. The verb watch is a little bit like the verb look. We are using our eyes to look at something. A difference between look and watch has to do with how we say what we are looking at or what we are watching. With look, we cannot put look and then TV. We cannot say she is looking TV. We have to have the preposition at. So if we say looking, we have to say at the TV, period. But with watching, we do not use the preposition at. We do not say she is watching at TV. After the verb watching, we can just put our object. She is watching TV, or she is looking at the TV. However, when we're talking about TV, we usually use the verb watching. So this is the one that we would use. She is watching TV. Our next sentence is writing. She is writing. With this verb, and the original verb is write, with a silent E at the end, and when we add ing, we are going to get rid of the E at the end, and then we will add ing. With this verb, we can use an object at the end, but we don't have to. We can choose. We could say she is writing a story, period. or we could just say she is writing. So we have she is having a party, she is looking, she is watching TV, and she is writing. For our next sentences, we have the verbs run, sing, eat, and sleep. The first one, they are running. Our verb is run. So here's run. Before we can add ing to the verb run, you can see that I've added another n and then we add the ing. They are running. Are running is the whole verb. Our next sentence here is singing. She is singing. The verb is sing. And then we add ing. And the whole verb is singing. She is singing. Our next verb is eating. Eat. This boy is eating. He is eating. Our verb is eat. Then we add ing. And eating is part of the verb, is eating. He is eating. Remember, with this type of sentence, there's a two-part verb. He is eating. And our last verb on this page is sleeping. She is sleeping. Our verb is sleep. And then we add ing, and that becomes part of the verb, is sleeping. She is sleeping. So on this page we have they are running, she is singing, he is eating, and she is sleeping. Our next verbs are stop, walk, work, and drink. So here's my stop sign. She is stopping. Our verb is stop. And you can see to add ing, I had to add another P first, and then I added ing. Is stopping is the whole verb, the two-part verb. Part 1, Part 2. She is walking the dog. So here you can see she is walking the dog. Now with this verb, walk, you can use an object, but you don't have to. Well, most of the time we would not. I can't think of very many things we would be walking. I think walking the dog is the only one I can think of at the moment. She is, so there's our verb walk, and then we add ing, walking, and then you can see we have a, and then you can see we have a object after it. She is walking what? She is walking the dog. The dog is the only thing I can think of our walking. We could say she is walking with a friend, but that would be a prepositional phrase, right? We could say, we could use the preposition with and say with, and then have an object like a friend. We don't really say she is walking with the dog because there's a leash on the dog. The leash is this thing right here. Can you see that? That's holding on to the dog. So she is walking the dog. If there were another person here, then we could say she is walking with a friend. But you can also just say she is walking, period. Our next verb is work. these people are working. We're going to talk about one person, and it's going to be a girl, because my subjects here are she, and so we have she is working. So the verb is work, and then we add ing, working. And is working is the whole verb. She is working. Our next verb is drink. She is drinking water. So in this sentence, our verb is drink, then we add ing, and is drinking is the whole verb. With drink, you can have a subject if you want to, but you do not need to. We could just say she is drinking, period. We can also say, what is she drinking? And she is drinking water. So water would be the object in that sentence. So our verbs are stop, she is stopping, walk, she is walking, work, she is working, and drink, she is drinking. Our next verbs are swim, make, camp, and go. So in our first sentence, we have he is swimming. So our verb is swim. And then with this one, we need to add another M and then add ing. And is swimming is our whole verb. Our next sentence is she is making a cake. So here's our person making a cake. With this sentence, the verb is make. And there is a silent E on the end of it. And that makes the A, that should be an A. Say A, make. With this verb, we really need to have an object. Can you imagine if we did not have an object? Oops, hang on. If we just say she is making, that would not really make sense. When you say someone is making, we want to say making what? Okay, so we would say, what is she making? We have a question. So we need an object after it to tell us what she is making. She is making a cake. Our next sentence is more camping. This is more than one person, so we have they are camping. And because it is more than one, we are using the verb are, not is. We do not say they is camping. They is more than one person, so we use the plural form of the verb to be, which is are. They are camping. Our subject here is camp. It's something we can do. And we add ing, camping. So are camping is the whole verb. Our next sentence is they are going to school. Get rid of that. They are going to school. So there's two people in this picture. So we have the plural subject they, and because we have they, we do not use is, we use are. And then our verb, our action verb is go, and then we add ing. And so are going is the whole verb in this sentence. It is a two-part verb, are going. Now we could just say they are going, but it usually makes more sense to say where are they going. We have a question with this, when we're talking about going, we have a question. We want to know, where are you going? This question is not a question of what. Okay, our question is not they are going what, and that's why we do not use an object at the end. We would not say they are going school, because we are not asking what are they going, we are asking where are they going. To answer that question, we really need a prepositional phrase. So we have our preposition to, and then we have our object of the preposition. This is where we put school. This is why it's so important to use the word to in this sentence. So let me get rid of all of my writing. What I want to show is when we are saying going, we are probably going to use that preposition to before we say where they are going. And that is because when someone is going someplace, we want to know where they are going. That is our question. So our verbs on this page are swimming, making something, this one is making a cake, camping, and going someplace. This one is going to school. On this page, I want to show you how many different objects can go with the word play. We could just say the kids play. I play, you play. We don't need to have an object, but there are many different objects we can have with this one, and we're going to take a look at those. I think I have 9. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's look. We can have play piano. We can have play guzheng. With this one, I'm not sure if we would say play guzheng or if we would say play the guzheng. Play a game. Here we do use the word a. We do not just say play game. We say play a game. But if you're playing more than one game, you could get rid of that and say play games. Play drums. Play ball. In America, baseball is such a special sport that if we say play ball, we are talking about baseball. So when you hear people say, let's play ball, they are talking about baseball. Basketball, we say, let's play basketball. Play, we often think of toys. These kids play with toys. We do not say play toys. We use the preposition with, play with toys. And play video games. This one can just be an object. We do not need to use a preposition. We say play video games. So we have play piano, play guzheng or play the guzheng, play a game or play games, play drums, play ball, play basketball, play with toys. There are many different ways we can use the verb play.